Hey babes, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new around here. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by. It means so much to me. It would mean the world if you would head down and hit that red subscribe button and join my YouTube family. It means everything to me when you guys decide to be a part of this journey with me. I have so many things that I'm bringing to the table this year, and I can't wait to bring them all to you. So to start off the new year, I am bringing you guys a recipe video. This is the ham that we made for Christmas, and let me tell you, it was so good. So before we get started on the ingredients, I do want to mention you are going to want to leave this ham overnight with the sugar and everything sort of marinating on it. So make sure that you give yourself a good 24 hours before you need to put it in the oven to have it sort of sit overnight. All right, let's get started talking about ingredients here. We got a big bone-in ham. You don't have to get bone-in, you can get any kind of ham you want. You're gonna need 2 oranges, a can of pineapple slices, like the circular ones. You're gonna need 2 cups of brown sugar and some cloves. So basically, that's all you're gonna need for this recipe. You can always substitute things if that doesn't work for you, or if you're unable to have some of those ingredients. And you also don't necessarily need to use 2 cups of brown sugar, but it does add a lot to the flavor. So let's get into making our holiday ham. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take those oranges and you are just going to cut them up into slices. What I do with the oranges is I lay them across the bottom of the roasting pan, and that creates a barrier between the ham and the pan. But it also creates a lot of flavor, adds some moisture, and it really helps make the sauce that's going to kind of get created at the bottom of the pan that you're going to spoon all over later in the video. You'll see that. It helps add some really good flavor to that. So I like to add the oranges in. I know not everybody does use oranges for their hams, but this is just something special that I like to do. Next, you are going to get 2 cups of brown sugar. I know, like I said before, you might not use that much, but I use 2 cups of brown sugar on my ham because it just really does make that flavor so good. You're going to then score your ham. Now, if you've never scored meat before, you are going to just lightly cut lines and then cut on a diagonal so that you make sort of a diamond pattern inside. And I ended up doing this on 2 sides. You can kind of do it all over the ham if you want, but it just helps to kind of get some of that flavor to get past the skin and like really into the ham. And as you can see here, I have started rubbing that brown sugar all over that ham. I hope you guys enjoy my little slow-mo action here. I thought it was too funny to not put a slow-mo in of me rubbing sugar all over this big ham. So once you have it completely coated on all sides in the brown sugar and you feel like it's enough, and like you see here, when you're rubbing it in, it really kind of creates a paste, so it does start to hold better. As you saw in the beginning, some of it kind of fell into the bottom, which is totally fine, but you do want it to kind of stay on it as much as you can, so really get that sugar in there. Once it's looking good and you feel like you've got enough sugar on it, then you're going to head on to our next step, which is going to be your pineapples and cloves. So first you're going to take the juice from the pineapples and just kind of pour it all along the bottom, like on top of the oranges that you have down there. And like I said, it's going to just add to that flavor and moisture for the ham. And then you're going to go ahead and take your cloves and just start pressing the cloves into where you scored the diamond pattern. All of the little corner edge parts, you can push a clove into there, and it's just going to add to the flavor. But you want to make sure that when you are done with the ham that you are able to remove all the cloves, because biting into a clove is not very pleasant, but it does add a good flavor. So make sure that you don't leave those in at the end when you're cutting up your ham later. So like I said, I scored mine on 2 sides. You can do it, all over the ham if you want. And in that case, you can put a lot more cloves in it. I did end up sticking a couple into some of like the fatty areas that I didn't score, just because the cloves have those little like pokey ends on it. So you could potentially get more in. But it's gonna kind of look like this once you have all of those cloves in there. And as you can tell, a couple of them fell into the bottom. Doesn't matter, still adds to the great flavor and aroma of this dish. So it does not need to be like fancy or perfect in any way, shape, or form. So you're going to actually refrigerate this overnight. I wrapped mine in tinfoil to keep it from drying out too much. I also put the pineapple into a bowl and kept that in the fridge overnight as well. Then when morning time comes and you are ready to start cooking up this ham, you are going to take some toothpicks and grab that ham out of the fridge and start toothpicking the pineapple all the way around the ham. Now some people also like to add maraschino cherries like in the center of the circles of pineapple, and that's up to you if you wanted to add that too. It's just not something that my family has ever done for ours, but I'm sure that it would add a really awesome flavor to it as well. And if you have the benefit of a 3-year-old kitchen helper, that's pretty awesome too. This ham cooks best low and slow, so you're gonna wanna put that temperature to 325 and cook it for 20 minutes per pound for your specific ham. So once you've got it in the oven and it is starting to sizzle and it is time to take it out, the smell in the house is gonna be amazing. You're gonna wanna pull it on out, carve it up, and serve it with whatever else you may be serving for your holiday feast. For us this year, we did a waffle bar. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I truly hope that it brought you some joy and that you will be able to make this meal for your family, whether or not it's for the holidays or any other occasion. Trust me, you cannot go wrong with this recipe. And if you make it for your family event and people enjoyed it, please don't forget to come back and tell me. I love to hear about people making my recipes and whether or not they truly enjoyed them or not. I hope that if you are not a subscriber, that you have decided to join my YouTube family. Hit that subscribe right there on the screen for me. And I hope that you all have a lovely new year. I am so happy to be in 2022 with all of you. All right, babes, see you in the next one. Love ya. Mwah.